we're on 1.12. So I just got Cover Me in Diamonds. I have Diamond Armor, and then also I have gotten a new pick. Welcome to Puka. So we're actually, I did a bunch of work off camera. So I've harvested up a bunch of trees because I want to make a bunch of hoppers. I don't know how many I'll need quite yet, but let's go ahead and head up top. I think the easiest way to get up there, I guess maybe this corner. I think this gets all the way up top, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, so we're going to work on the small rail station, see if we can get some more stuff on there. Now we're on 1.12, so we can rename items better. And what else? And then we can also, now we have the hoppers, so we can do more of the hopper related things. All right, let's try and get over there. Welcome, Daddy O'Giz. Okay, I think we're safe here. Feels slightly laggy depending on what's going on, but there's a lot of things that's going on in this particular build. So we're in the mall, and the easiest way to get to where we want to go is probably through the nether. We'll take a shortcut. So we'll go ahead and head on over. Actually, I guess I'll need iron to make the hoppers, so I might run in here real quick to make the hoppers. Then after that, we can sneak out. I don't think there's an easy way inside yet to get over there. We'll just run around this side. So let's make some hoppers real quick using our cool iron blocks. Is there just okay? Straight up iron, and this is. I think this will suck in stuff. So, oh, this is to make it if you want to make blocks. Okay, interesting. All right, well, let's make the rest of them into blocks just so we can carry them around a little easier. I have new achievements or new unlocks. So, do you still say welcome, Sky? So now that it's advancements, do you still say achievement get? I mean, that's not the text that comes up, but are they still achievements even though they show up as advancements? Or that's cool. So as soon as you go in the water, it's like, you can make a boat. Anyway, is it still, are they still achievements or are they just now advancements? Or is it just achievements using the advancement system? I don't know. Important questions. Welcome, Z. You have a really cool single letter name. I'm very impressed. Let's go up tap. Okay. All right, so what were we building? Let's go ahead and put in, we're going to work on now that we have all these hoppers. The advancements were removed completely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, our achievements. Yeah. Right. Achievements have a lot more stuff. Right. Exactly. So they're no longer achievements? Like, I know that they're replaced. So there's like, a bunch of new ones. But do you still call, yeah, okay, I guess since this button is called advancements, there are no longer achievements in the game. Okay. Interesting. All right. Where do I want to go? I think I want to go all the way down to here. Okay, so the input path for everything, whatever works. And Mixer came up with Edge Mixer, must have been told to. Well, part of it's that they were adding in a whole new system. I think part of it's like, when you have what's it called? So map makers, they won't want to have advancements in some other ways. Thank you for the follow, Eliminator 265. I said that right? Yeah, Eliminator. Yep. So like, if you're a map maker, it's not really an achievement necessarily. Like you might say you've completed, say intersection 1 or whatever, and so you could track that on the advancements track, but it's not necessarily achievement. Although I guess in that example it is. Advancement achievement. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Okay. I want to dump some of these and these. I want to make a bunch of furnaces if I don't already have them. Let's see if I have any. Okay, so let's make a bunch of furnaces for our lag prevention. Although, now that... Alright, last time Soap was reminding me that I could actually... Hold on, let me close the door. Sorry about that. Anybody using headphones? Yeah, the mixer thing was worldwide brand. Yeah, right. Yeah, I got used to it. At first I was confused, but then I figured it out, and I was fine after that. All right, let's put all this stuff away. Oh, I want my sword. Okay, so let's do droppers instead. Because they are less laggy than... and I'm not powering them, although I might be, but that's irrelevant because there's not going to be anything inside them. So now we have some droppers. Awesome. Let's rearrange our stuff. So this sounds like a bad day. But it's a great, you could, I mean, it's not the intent, but you could potentially find your person. Team Dog! Yeah. Yeah, they must have heard, I don't know what's going on outside. They're loud. Alright, so we want to put in the hoppers and droppers in here. Hopefully they're still not too loud. I use droppers on top of hoppers because they don't take tile entity ticks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was using furnaces before, but then I wonder what's going on. Anyway, but then Soap was telling me that I shouldn't. So anyway, so these are droppers that are facing down. They're gonna have stuff inside of them, and then on top of that, we want hoppers pointing down into them. And so depending on which route you pick, it will power these bottom droppers. That's not right at all. Let's try again. So what happens is that this side is going to be hoppers pointing into them. Like so. Pretty sure I'm the one that mentioned it to Soap. Okay, well, yeah, he mentioned it last. I think last stream I was on here, because I was explaining why it's better to use furnaces than like just regular blocks, and he was letting me know why it's better to use the other stuff. So use droppers instead. So this is what we're building here. This is a creative world in the picture-in-picture. So it has an input for stuff over here that cycles all the way through, and then if it can, it dispenses the items down. So that is how that works. So we'll put these in here. So they're going to put stuff inside of there if they can. And we need to make sure that we are loading in the proper side. So on the side that's opposite from where these redstone blocks are, and the one that is, which one has the ladder? So this is the side with the ladder. So the corner that's away from the ladder. So the ladder's there. So this corner is the initial input. So it's going to go like this, cycle around, come back through like this, and then come back this way. So we actually can start here. And then this route will be going... No, I screwed up. We can start here, and then this will be going, pointing towards that, and running over these other, the other hoppers down below. And then here I believe we cycle back behind. Yeah, so we go back behind these little signals up here, and then the sticky piston block won't attach to these other things, so we don't have to worry about that. Our diamond blocks are the best for that. Yeah, actually they wouldn't be because they can still, it's like a solid block. But I understand you're joking, but I like to take jokes too seriously sometimes. So here we can loop it all the way back around, but really because I've only allowed this thing to have a certain length here, we can actually just loop it back right away. And yeah, right, like this. Are you planning on having rail go across the water towards Run Wilds or around the other way to Hyper Venice? So eventually, depending on, I mean, who knows how long each of these projects will take, and if like this, I don't know if we're ever talking about a server reset or whatever, but I feel like eventually I won't get done with all these projects. But what my plan is actually, let me put these in real quick and then I'll pop up top. Let's go up there, and because I forget exactly where his place is in relation to here, but I can come up here and show you the long-term plans. Whether or not it'll all get done or not, we'll see. But the thought is, so there's rail that comes here, there's an intersection here. It's a 4-way intersection, and the idea was that this would go down through a tunnel that would connect over there eventually. So it'd go down underneath the ocean, come up over here, and then this direction was actually going to go up and then across on a big suspension bridge that goes straight across. And I forget if I've already put down some markers on the stuff over there, but on that far coast is where I was thinking it would connect up. So it'd go straight up across the suspension bridge. And at one point I had talked about that halfway across it would also bridge over, but I think that this takes care of that instead. So this would just go straight across to the other side. And eventually that same rail would loop back to the other rail station that I haven't built yet, and so on. My plains biome is across the water from Hypervenice, which is due north from spawn. Okay, so yeah, so this thing would come up to there, probably have an intersection that would go back to Spawn Town. Thank you for the follow, Dougie Wars. Appreciate it. Run it past that area that's off to the diagonal. So yeah, so I think that, and then so depending on where Hypervenice is and where it's not impeding on anybody's land, potentially this could follow along the coast, I believe. There's a coast that runs over there. But yeah, so the plan is eventually there'll be a big suspension bridge here. Even if I don't finish that, I might continue the rail going from the north station that I haven't built yet. That north station, and then carrying somewhat over that way. I think I drew it up one time a while ago. I have a drawing somewhere, but yeah, the idea is this will bridge up to that, and then this will go all the way across over to stuff over there. If I had an elytra, I would go fly over there, but I don't do elytras yet. I haven't figured out that technology. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question. I think it does. All right, let's go ahead and put in the droppers. Every time now, whenever I say droppers or hoppers, I think of the it's what it was a oh, what's his name? The guy that remixes people who do YouTube stuff. Anyway, I think of Etho saying dropper, hopper, rapper, or whatever, Rafflecopter. So I'll put in these guys. So they will trigger. So there'll be some clicking. So it's possible I could consider changing those ones to not be, although you're not really down here. So having clicking and stuff is probably okay. Yeah, Elytra. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Not the Elytra. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, LE, but then it's like I'm trying to remember. It says in there like how it's pronounced. But anyway, yeah. Interesting. So this thing, the intent of this is that this is going to be over some stuff. Why isn't that over stuff? So on this one, opposite side away from the ladder, which is the case. For some reason I'm over on there on this one, but here I'm not. So this one actually have those hoppers sticking out over the edge. But what I did will function. Okay. I think I'll be okay. I made it slightly different than this other world. I wonder if it's worth changing. I think it is. Just so that it'll be the same version. So it's supposed to be where it puts it in on this side. So this actually will be hoppers here pointing into that. I guess just to avoid confusion later of why it doesn't match up to my other world, I will replace these. So sorry, but that's actually quite often what happens with this build so far, is that it ends up being in a different configuration than I meant to do it. Can we get these blocks? Maybe we'll get them eventually. They'll be downstairs for 5 minutes. Do over. So if I have furnaces, I might put in furnaces for this back part just so they don't click. I don't know, we'll see. Do I have furnaces on me? I don't, so never mind. Not worth it. So these can stay where they are. Maybe. No, actually, I guess, yeah, even those are changed because now they're pointing that direction. Okay. Well, I guess that's what you get for not really following your tutorial. Or your example video thing. It's not really a video, it's another game, but... so we'll grab all these back before they despawn, because we just spent all the time making them. But I don't want the item elevator and everything else to be misaligned. So we'll go ahead and put it in as it's supposed to be. And over here. Okay, and so while we are here, let's go ahead and grab from the ladder. Thank you for the follow, Jenks. Welcome. Let's grab these guys, and then we'll hop down all the way down to the bottom. I guess I can make some furnaces while I'm down there. That's convenient. Yep, for the falling boots. Oh, there actually wasn't a lot down here. Okay, cool. Alright, let's get some more cobblestone. Not a lot, but we don't need a lot. That wasn't cobblestone. Alright, furnaces. There we go. Cool. So now we have some furnaces as well. And I guess we can grab some extra of these to make these blocks. Boop. Okay, good. And get rid of the stupid andesite. So we'll put in that stuff there. Now now we're on 1.12, so I can easily rename items, because I'll have to rename a lot of items to populate all that. So I might have to actually import in some cobblestone for the build. But that's not too bad. Okay, so too far. There we go. I'm out of food too. I need to go back to the mall and get some food. All right, so this line that's out here on the outside, let's make sure we're doing it right, is going towards yeah, so that's the original input is there. So we want it to go towards that stuff. So it's going to loop like that, loop around here, around there, and then come back this direction. So it's going to come against this, take this out, and put in furnace, or hoppers. Speaking of the Ellie, I watched the Good chicken one quite a bit. And so then when I was making chicken the other day on the grill, I kept on like mentioning it every now and then. My wife was giving me weird looks. She doesn't know about it. What is this for? So this is a small rail station by our iron farm. So this one will be a station where the whole train network is set up so that you can have a multi-car train that's smart, and when it gets to an intersection, it will choose. You programmed it by hitting a button. It populated a chest minecart that's at the front of your train, and it will tell the train where you should go. So if you wanted to go to, let's say, Condrick's base, if we have a train going all the way out there, you can hit a button saying, I want to go to Condrick's base. Train pops up, you hop in, maybe a couple of your buddies hop in too. You hit the go button, it'll travel around the map, and then when it gets to intersections, railroad intersections, it will know if you wanted to go north, east, south, west at the given intersection, and then it'll travel through that intersection and keep on going. So it allows you to hop in a train, or you could use freight too. So the idea is eventually you could have a train with yourself in one car, and then like 3 cars of, let's say, wood. You went to the wood farm or the wool farm or whatever it is. So then you can populate a train full up with all those things, and then and you're able to arrive at a station and then move things around easier. Now, I mean, so this plan that I had was, the idea is you wouldn't really use nether travel very much for it, and then also you wouldn't let's see, furnace dropper. Oh, it's not one. This was also before shulker boxes existed and flight existed in the game. So if you wanted to just use trains and you ignored the fact that there's nether, which is pretty fast, and you wanted to be able to move around on the real world and not fly, then you could use the system, is the idea. But yeah, so train-wise, it's pretty cool if you aren't flying or using shulker boxes. I mean, I guess you could fill up the train full of shulker boxes full of things, but this particular design isn't really optimized, given that you can actually use shulker boxes. I want this to not angle like that. Let's go like this. Okay, so we can do dropper, furnace, dropper, furnace. It would be nice if you could send players in a cart through the nether portal. Yeah, I think I messed around with that at one point. I was trying to figure out like if there was a way to make that happen. And I could make them like drop onto the nether portal, I think. But I don't think that they would zone until... I don't know, it didn't really work out at all how I would want, basically. Alright, so this curves here and goes that direction. We're going to replace these with droppers instead. Oh, new recipes. Okay. So let's do... I guess I'll remember to light all this stuff. We're going to do droppers going all the way across here. That's fine. It can be powered. And then droppers more. I can't handle it. Go droppers here. There we go. Riding entities don't go through the portal, right? Yeah. Yeah, so you, I have to, like, I could get you onto the thing. You'd have to leave the cart, zone through, and then hop back on another cart. I don't know. So it didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. All right, let's do this guy here. Oop, shift. And then a powered rail. There we go. That's all back together. And then this we just need to make sure it doesn't have any mobs spawn. Let's see, that won't have any problems with those, so we can do that. And then we'll fill this in here. Just make sure that there's no... Okay, I'll move these over. Just so they're all... Oh, that's the other part, is that you... Right, so if you're down here... That might be an advantage to moving this back one more, actually. So you can get out. So I guess I will do that. Let's take this out. And you can't pick up players with the cart automatically. Yeah, that would be nice. If you could pick up players with carts. That would be nice. Like the activator will kick them out, but then you can't pick them up automatically. You can in modded, obviously, but this isn't modded. Alright, so these are there. We'll go ahead and put droppers, turn this one around. So droppers going here, and then we'll come as far as we can in this direction, see if we can, good, make it point the right way. So this way you can still get out. So if you're down here and you're not stuck, you don't have to ender pearl, you can walk out. And then we'll put in, we don't need one over there, good. Okay, so these are all lit up there. Then we need some redstone dust that's going to run along top of these, so that when you hit the button up top, it'll extend that down. This one, there's a redstone on top of this. It'll power that, which pushes that down, which will power this line. So any items inside these droppers will dispense one down onto the packed ice that I haven't put in yet, and the water that I haven't put in yet, and then wash it over to the engine down below that we also haven't put in yet. But it is in the example world. But, so right now it's not all in there yet. Oops. And then we'll also, I guess, want to make sure that we get all the random items. We'll do that when we actually fill it up. But, alright. So we can put some torches in here just to make sure we don't have any mobs spawning. Why? Why which? Which thing? The redstone? Or the, I don't know. Give you more specific. Okay, so that's going down there. So this is all good set. We have to make a bunch of items to put in there and actually program in destinations, but we'll come back to that. What is next? Let's take a look. So the input's there. We have a sorter there. Yeah, it's fun to make a big, huge rail station. So this is a big rail station. The idea is that people... I don't think you can actually get into the iron farm from here yet. So The station, until Soap has a way to get in, is fairly inconvenient. I don't know if he's put one in yet. Let's see. Yeah, so the idea is that you come in here and there's a door there. And so at some point there'll be some way to get from here into the farm, I think. And so if you're in town there or at the main rail station, you can hit a button, say I want to go come here. You'll hop on the train. It'll zoom all the way around and then come all the way through here and then drop you off, and then the train gets absorbed into the station and then sorted out. But yeah, so right now there's not really a way in. Right now you have to go into the water and swim around, which actually then there's gonna be a wall there. So eventually I think there's some way to get from here inside. But same reason I have a massive. So yeah, right. Yeah, it's just fun to play around with stuff. Different sort of building things you can do. I wanted to make a big huge rail thing that was really complicated but cool. So far it's turning out pretty well. I mean, it takes a while to build it all, but all right, next thing we want to do, let's take a look at what we have coming down here. So in here there'll be packed ice once I get some. Water pushing down. And then it will move it all onto that that over there. So we'll need to get over to that area and work on building. So let's actually, yes, and I like trains. My next big project that probably will be after, sometime in the future, is I wanted to remake the game Cube. I already had some ideas planned out for the previous Hypermine actually, but then we reset before I had a chance to build it. And now that there's more items and more things in the game, I'll probably revise that plan a little bit. But all right, let's go ahead and pop down here in the creative world and take a look. So this is the side with the ladder, which I've lost in the creative world. But and so the level that we want to kind of build on is, let's say, here. So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks from the thing. Okay. So we're gonna do, I think it's counting that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is kind of the layer we're gonna work on to build the next section. I hope we don't reset again anytime soon. I have way too much stuff doing. Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah, the world gen. I mean, I guess there's parrots, but do parrots respawn naturally or no? And I guess even still, we don't have a world border, so you could just go further and further out if you wanted to. All right, I need torches, so let's go get some torches. I think I have some supplies for torches. Yes, good. Let's make some sticks. Look at that, we're so fancy. And let's make torches. I can make torches. I know how to do it. Watch. It's really cool. Technology. Why didn't they? Why would they be aware that I could make torches? That's weird. Whatever. Parrots spawn in existing jungle. Okay. I remember at some server I was watching, they weren't sure, and so they were talking about not exploring all the jungle until the update. But I guess that's not really an issue. Okay, so this is the platform we're going to build on. And I'm pretty sure it's on that side. Yeah, away from where the ladder is where the hopper is. So I believe there's probably a hopper underneath this, or this one. Yeah, good. So let's get a hopper. We'll head on over here and look to see how it's supposed to be built. So we have is lined up with the top. There's then 3, 1, 2, and then 1 pointing over to the side. So there's actually a little bit higher up, but I wanted to have a little bit of extra room. We'll remove the extra catwalks and stuff later, but so then this one's going to point into. There's one more coming down, and then it's pointing over into the cart that will be here eventually. And then on top of that, I have. Let me think. Yeah, this will be fine. This one I could still do. I could do a dropper without having issues. Yeah, that'd be fine. So the cart's going to be there, so we can build a little platform for that. I don't need as low as I have it here. So let's get rid of some of these. Pop up here. There's going to be a... Oh, we don't have any of our redstone on us. And too many hoppers. Let's go get our redstone. I think we have a bunch of redstone somewhere. Where did I put my redstone? Don't I have like... Oh, there we go. I found my redstone. So we have comparators, and we need some pistons, and some rail, and some of this stuff. Probably some regular rail. Levers are good. I like levers. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and... Oh, all these new recipes. I figured it out. Okay, let's go ahead and head back up. I will need food at some point. Maybe if I do less falling from the top, I won't have to eat as often. So now we'll build the thing that actually launches out these carts. This whole mechanism here, in this picture-in-picture. So this is where carts get requested from down below. They come up top, and then engine will sit there. It just started as just an empty cart, and then over here the caboose sits, and so it starts and actually has some items preloaded into it to indicate that it's a caboose. So right now I didn't name them in the creative world, but you can't really read it because it's tiny. But there's items inside of that, and then when you actually click a button up top, it dispenses the items into this box, which move along the ice into these hoppers here, put it into here, and then this thing notices when it loses, it no longer has any items inside of it. It launches both of these two carts, which hit these other things that then request two replacement carts to come up from the bottom. That's what all this stuff is here. So we want to make sure we're building it in the right direction. So the redstone goes towards the ladder side. Good. So we can do... Hello! Hello, Obey Fusion. Welcome again. Welcome back. Alright, so we'll go like this. And so we're building it towards the ladder. So we're going to have a comparator. I have to move out of the way. Comparator going into a block, which has a redstone torch on it. Boop, boop. I'm doing good. How are you? Working on a bunch of redstone stuff. It's always a good day when you're working on redstone. Usually. Followed by a sticky piston right here that has a block on top. And then we're going to rotate our view a little bit. We have a block next to it with some redstone dust. Boop. Followed by a repeater pointing back this direction. Oh, I don't have any repeaters in my bar. What don't we need right now? Piston. There we go. There we go. Yeah. On a full delay. And then it goes up. And then in this case, we actually bring it up one more because we don't want this redstone to bleed over. It's very hot. Yeah, it's like where I am, it's not too bad. But yeah, it's definitely... Heat is definitely a thing. Alright, so then this goes back up. And so this little up part here seems weird in this case. But there's going to be a counter thing right next to this. So I don't want this redstone to bleed into that. And then here, there is going to be some stuff going this direction. Some of us think it is a bad day when we have too much redstone. Yeah. And then we have two powered rail. Boop, boop. And a detector rail, which we don't have handy right now. Followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Let's get some blocks on our bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's here, and then it's going to start sloping up. So it goes up all the way to the wall. So hopefully this all works out. So then this is a slope. Yeah, good. Okay. So it comes up to this, and then it turns towards the closest corner, which is this one over here. It turns and goes like this. And then it goes up one more. Yeah, right. Slope. Yeah, okay. I'm getting a little bit better at building things that aren't Hideous. Yeah, what I have is like, you know, it's gonna be a cool building. I'm gonna try and shape it, or you know, style it similar to Soap's stuff. But then underneath, it's just like this huge crater with a bunch of redstone. Yeah, that's kind of ugly, but it's all right. So then this is turns back on itself again. So it's going to go like this, a flat part, and then it's going to work its way up. And then the number of slopes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1. I don't know exactly how it's. In fact, that's not illegal. There we go. So the number of slopes, double check, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so that's sloping there. Interesting. All right, and then here I'm running into this, nearly. Or I have. Let's see. So if I have, where is it? Which one? What am I building? Oh no, I lost it. This one over here. So I circle around, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 powered rail. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 powered rail. Okay, good. Yeah, I was gonna say I went a little bit further than I was supposed to. Okay. And then here I have a non-powered rail. And it comes up and then turns around again and then goes up that direction. So we can put in this guy. And then it works its way up this way. I think all the way to the corner, probably. Yep, all the way to the corner. So we can put in rail there if we have enough. Yep, I think we do. And then this is a turning track. And then in theory, this might just match up with where it's going. So it's supposed to be the bottom of these two. So let's see. Moment of truth. Did this all come together the way it was supposed to? No. Interesting. Yeah, the bottom of the two. It's heading towards the ladder, right? It's heading towards the ladder. Why wouldn't this match up? Huh. Oh, interesting. So it's higher than it should be. That I'm expecting it to be. Let's put some torches down just so we don't have bad guys spawning. Alright, so what did I screw up? Let's see, how is it? Here I guess it's probably still too high up. Thank you. Oh, this is weird here. Yeah, maybe this part's weird. Thank you for the follow. Flooded metal. 210. Alright, this part looks weird. So let's look at this. Yeah, this, oh no, that's how I have it here. So this one I can't walk through either? Yeah, I guess so. Interesting. Alright, let's back up and look at this angle. Hello, Silent Sniper 788. Let's see what we screwed up. Put in some side things just so we can walk around. Hello. Alright, so let's look at it from this angle. So I have 2 unpowered rail, followed by a detector rail, followed by 3 flat ones. Thank you for the follow, JL Shaky. Thank you for the follow, Missy, Missy, I think, right? Maybe, possibly. So detector rail, and then it should be 3 flat ones. 1, 2, 3. Followed by a slope of 2. Slope. And then it's mirrored. Oh, I see. I can't actually... No, I can. No, I'm sorry. This one can't. This is too high. Aha. So this needs to be lower. Oops. Thank you for the follow. TX Blast and Cast. Blast and Cast. Welcome. Okay, so this is too high. Let's bring this down. And then this can slope here. That's a valid slope. And then, so then everything else is going to be lower by 1. Thank you for the host. Not host. Have I been saying host all this time or follow? Thank you for the follow. Ghosty Sauce. Trying to ponder redstone and actually read out names is tough work. Okay, so let's see if this. So this would lower it all down by 1. Let's see if that fixes my problem, or if it's not going to fix the problem. So how close are we? We're not, because it's really going to hook up to that one. Interesting. Oh yeah, I'm getting there. So now is that one in the right spot? That's the next test. So let's see if I can figure out a way to evaluate that. Okay, so where... So this shape here, let's try to find that up here. I'm trying to figure out... I'm trying to make it be the exact same. So I'm trying to figure out what I screwed up. Okay, so this is kind of where that shape is. I mean mirrored, right. So we have where it links out like that. So that all looks right. Welcome Pikachu. I just caught you on my phone. Pokemon Go. I play a lot of Pokemon Go. Actually, I play a tiny bit of Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go involves having to walk around, so I don't play it as much as. Okay, yeah. For some reason, it's like a lot higher because it really should be like this. So it's 1, 2, 3 high. It's too high. Interesting. I mean, I can adjust stuff so that it matches that, but it should just really be that. So I guess let's work on taking these out. Welcome, Ghostly Sauce. All right, let's take these out. I'm gonna assume that I will figure out what I screwed up as I build it backwards. It's possible one of these corners wasn't valid, and so that's why I was a little bit higher. I don't know. So this is gonna be like this. Okay, so far we're close. Okay, so this actually might be just what I screwed up. So it might not be too bad. Yes, it's like a roller coaster. Although in here you're not really riding it. It actually ejects you up top. But yeah, it's a smart rail system. Okay, yeah, we're only off by 1 block, so we're good. It was just that one spot. Sorry about the dogs. they have a mind of their own. All right, let's work on moving this down a little bit more. But yeah, so it's a smart rail network, so you can request your destination, and the train will smartly go where you told it to go. This one can be a little bit lower, actually, right? Here? Can it be here? No, it has to be here. Good. Okay. So you just have to lower it down by a little bit. Oh no, that's okay. And I mean, it looks like a roller coaster. So we'll get rid of these blocks, and then what do we have here? So we get rid of this and that, because this can slope up here. Try to figure out what I'm looking at here. So this comes through here, turns, and then slopes again here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, like that. Good. Yeah, well, it's similar. So it is. I mean, you're riding around in it, but if you look at this, well, I guess if you look at that picture-in-picture, it doesn't really tell you anything. But it's a thing where you can. So if we just come up top in this, you're able to hop on there, and then pick your destination. So in that little picture-in-picture over that way in that corner, you're able to click a button, and then it will. You hop on a train, and it'll go there. You built an ATM with hidden stairs, choosing room, waste track, throws trash away, portal. Cool. Yeah, there's lots of cool. That's what I like about Minecraft, is that with these small amount of tools, there's sort of like certain building blocks you can use, but you can do so many things with it. It's really cool. And actually, okay, this is a good turn here. And then this power rail there. And it runs all the way over to here. Detector rail goes there. For now, we'll leave in this track just so I can walk around. But that'll eventually go away. And then these will go up here. We've now put it in the right spot so everything will work right. And this goes all the way up into this. And now it all connects. Let's get some levers powering all this stuff. If we power this block, it'll double duty. How long does it take to build all of this? Too long. It's taken quite a few, because I have another one of these built on the server in another spot. And then in the creative world, I built it again, and now I'm building it for the third time here. So it's a little bit easier because I built it a few times, but it takes a little bit to build. All right, let's go ahead and power. Let's see, what's the best place to power? If I power this track, it'll actually do triple duty. Look at that. It's powering this, that, and that. Oh, how handy. Okay. And so what this does is when the engine is dispensed, it will come up here and come all the way up here and then go all the way up that spot, and then it arrives at the right spot. So in the picture-in-picture, it arrives right there. For your redstone stuff. Oh, I see. Cool. It's Basket. He's a real master. So build the whole thing in less than an hour. Wow. Maybe. Probably not. And if I can do like MC edit, copy paste, sure. It'll take about 20 minutes to get used to the new MC edit. Where the navigating is a little bit different in the new one. Okay, so that's where the train gets dispensed. So that's all good to go. Let's head on over here and put in the rest of it. So let's pop down there. Actually, how's our time? Okay, we have a little bit more time before the end of the stream. So let's take a look over here, and we can build the rest of some of this mechanism. So the easiest part, I guess, if I look here, I can start building this part sideways. You're really good with redstone? Well, cool. If you like redstone, this is a good stream to check out. I played a number of different games. If you go to BasketMC.com, I have my schedule in there, but usually all my Minecraft stuff is typically redstone. Or like designing stuff related to my redstone projects. All right, we want to build this, I guess, from this side, right? So we're going to, so next to this one is where I start building over a little bit. Yes, schedule. Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate the follow. So this is all mirrored, so it's a little bit tricky to ponder. Thank you for the follow, Silent Sniper. All right, so we have, this is here. So we have to, because I built it in the creative world, but depending on the orientation of where you want the door and the train to come in, it changes it a little bit. Just started watching. All right, well, welcome, bass player Kenny, bass player, right? It probably makes more sense, bass player. Anyway, so then you have a block here, and then we want to have a bass player. That's funny. That's a funny thought. So then we have, okay, so the rail's there. So that's pointing into what's going to be a dropper here. So we want to build a little floor for these guys. So this is going to be a dropper facing here. And this is going to, so we want a dropper. Dropper? Yeah, dropper, not dispenser. I'm building a smart rail station. Yeah, smart rail station so you can like request a train. You're a redstone master too? Well, there we go. All kinds of cool redstone people here. So it's a big smart rail station that you can pick your destination. It'll send the whole train and you and whatever else to the destination. It makes like smart turns and stuff. All right, so that's going to power a dropper, right? Dropper that's facing this way into a hopper that's pointing into that. So what this does is it's like a counter that you can control. So when this thing sends a signal over to here, it's going to move an item that's from here over to here. And so then I'm able to pull signals off of these different things. Using a lever to open a door doesn't make you a master. It depends. I mean, if you're just learning, if you're just starting out in Minecraft, that's actually a pretty cool thing to figure out. How to open doors and stuff with that. All right, so then here we're actually gonna drop down a little bit lower. So that's why I started this one a little lower. So let's get our signal, our line over here, because this drops down if you look at the example here. So then we have a line going into that, and then redstone here that's going towards where all this stuff is, so this direction. And it's going to go one more, and then I'll build the rest of that later. We'll come back to that. And then we'll build the rest of this part here. You're the best to... I am? Well, thank you. I'm sure that I'm sure there's more people out there. So when's the tutorials for? Yeah, so I was debating on the tutorial for this. If you think you might actually use a tutorial, even though it might be like half-hour long or multi-part, because like I might say, now build the whatchamacallit, whatever this thing is going to be called, build the whatchamacallit in this spot, and then I might reference either another part of the video, or I might reference another video. So it'll otherwise it's going to be like half an hour or an hour long tutorial of how to build it. A redstone mansion, cool. That sounds pretty cool. So yeah, if you think you actually would want to build one of these small rail stations, then I can put together a tutorial. I have the creative world up. I meant to click on the creative world. I have the creative world with it built. And so I could put that together, but if Tango can make an hour, right? Okay, there you go. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll make one. If you think somebody on the server will want to use it, then I will do it. All right, so these dispensers, I'm just gonna point them up. They're not gonna have anything inside of them, but I want to stop the lag, so they'll tick, but it's not really the end of the world. You're gonna go play. All right, well, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Stream's about to be done anyway, so you're not gonna miss too much. All right, so that line goes in there. What we want to do is on the other side of this, we want to have a comparator. Okay, so it's actually here. We have a comparator going away from this stuff. So right here, actually here, I guess we have a comparator running off of this, which is detecting that there's now an item inside of this. I have a few tutorials I need to make. Yeah, I'm tempted to split up into multi-parts, because there might be like smaller parts of this that someone might find handy for building something, but like, but maybe the entire project they don't necessarily need, but maybe they want a thing that will launch the cart when it's full, or different things like that. So I might do that. I'm tempted to make that, but we'll see. So then here, there's going to be a block on that, and then that points this direction, and it's powering this redstone torch. So this, it's pointing into this way, so redstone torch on the back of this. Right there, and then a block on top of that. So that's where the turning point is for this, right here. And otherwise, the rest of it, so it's going to go this way with a rail. You made a redstone colored beacon. Oh, cool. Yeah, I haven't messed around too much with like auto changing like colored beacons and stuff like that. Then when this comes over, okay, yeah, if I have blocks on top, I have to have, oh no. Oh, I'm in the wrong Minecraft. Oh no, here we go. Blocks on top of that, so that the cart that comes along this rail will not have problems. So there's going to be here, there's a rail, and it's going to go back away from where this thing is going. So back this direction. There's going to be some blocks. My sorting system could probably be a 3-part tutorial, but that would mean actually setting up a tutorial world and figuring out what to say. Yeah, I gotcha. Welcome, Superfly Sonic 1. If I want to build, I have to motivate myself. Yeah, it's all about being motivated to work on a project. I want to get this operational because I want to make more of these, and I want the more destinations I have built into the network of trains, more likely people are to use it. So that's why I'm trying to get it all up and running. I guess actually here I'm just using regular rail for this. So let's do that. Let's match the same thing. So regular rail for the turn, regular rail, detector rail, and then detector, and then regular rail. And then this goes this direction. It's powered rail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, And then 10 should be all the way to the wall. So powered rail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Amazing. It fit just right. I need to get more powered rail, apparently. The one in your survival world found 5 emeralds and burned it. What? On one of my survival worlds, I found 5 emeralds and you burned it. Why did you burn your emeralds? I mean, Etho does it sometimes. I think it's like his first diamonds on a server or something he throws away. I'm not really sure. I don't really understand it. But okay, so so this one we're powering there. It's a pretty safe spot to power there. It's gonna lock this dropper, but we're not using it as a dropper, so it's okay. So we can put this here, and then this guy we could power from wherever, really. Oh, you burned to death. Ah, I got you. Yeah, that sucks. I hate like when you find a bunch of stuff and then you fall in lava. It's no good. Okay, we should also torch these guys, just so we don't have any mobs spawning in here. At least emerald, yeah. So emeralds, like once you get sort of villager breeding and different things like that, emeralds aren't too hard to get. Even if you don't, even if as long as you can secure a village a little bit, it works out pretty well. So this is actually going to be the end of the stream, unfortunately.